A major political battle is erupting in Washington over newly released private emails belonging to the late Jeffrey Epstein. The emails, disclosed by the House Oversight Committee, reveal that Epstein referenced Donald Trump multiple times across a span of 15 years, placing the former political allies back into the spotlight of a scandal that refuses to fade. President Trump, already fending off questions about his past interactions with Epstein, is now forcefully shifting the focus toward his political opponents. In a fiery post on Truth Social, Trump announced he will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, along with what he called patriots at the FBI, to investigate Epstein's ties with several high-profile figures including Bill Clinton, former Harvard President Larry Summers, billionaire Reid Hoffman, and major financial institutions like J.P. Morgan and Chase, accusing Democrats of weaponizing what he describes as the Epstein hoax to distract from what he calls their disastrous shutdown and other failures. The president has already pressured Republicans to block a House move that would force a vote to release the Justice Department's own Epstein files, though the House Speaker has signaled that vote will happen next week. As Trump claims this is just another politically motivated smear campaign, quote, another Russia scam. Democrats argue that transparency around Epstein's criminal network is long overdue. With political accusations flying, media requests unanswered, and the shadow of Epstein still looming large, here's what these emails actually show and why they could reshape a growing confrontation over who knew what and when. A new batch of emails released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee has once again thrown the late Jeffrey Epstein's network into the spotlight. The documents reveal that Epstein mentioned U.S. President Donald Trump multiple times in private messages, raising fresh questions about their relationship and what Trump may have known. In this video, we break down what the emails reveal, who is involved, and how this release is stirring political controversy in Washington. According to CNN, the emails were exchanged between Epstein, his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted of sex trafficking after his death, and the author Michael Wolff. These correspondences, some dating back 15 years, reportedly include Epstein asserting that Trump spent significant time with a woman described by oversight Democrats as a victim of Epstein's sex trafficking. One of the emails goes further. Epstein wrote that Trump knew about the girls, a claim appearing to reference Trump's earlier statement that he banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago club for allegedly poaching young women who worked there. The emails were made public Wednesday by Oversight Committee Democrats, who obtained them through a subpoena of Epstein's estate earlier this year. The messages largely predate Trump's presidency. Importantly, Trump neither sent nor received any of these emails, and he has not been accused of any criminal wrongdoing in connection with Epstein or Maxwell. In one email dated April 2, 2011, independently reviewed by CNN, Epstein told Maxwell, quote, I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Redacted, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. Maxwell replied, I have been thinking about that. The context behind the exchange remains unclear. At the time, Epstein had already served part of his 18-month sentence for soliciting prostitution, including with a minor, a conviction from 2008 that drew criticism years later for being too lenient. He was released after just 13 months in 2009. In a recent interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, Maxwell said she never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way and described Trump as a gentleman in all respects. The name of the woman Epstein referenced in his message was redacted by Democrats to protect her identity. Trump's past relationship with Epstein remains under scrutiny as lawmakers push for greater transparency. The controversy reignited earlier this year after the Justice Department reaffirmed its conclusion that Epstein's 2019 prison death was a suicide and said it would not release further information, a decision that sparked outrage among both Democrats and some in Trump's MAGA base. The Oversight Committee's subpoena was part of broader congressional efforts to uncover Epstein's connections. A parallel push to force a full release of government-held files gained new momentum this week, as Representative Adelita Grijalva's swearing-in gave the measure its 218th supporter, just enough to bring it to a floor vote. The newly released trove also includes emails between Epstein and journalist Michael Wolff. In one from January 2019, about 7 months before Epstein's death, Epstein appeared to respond to Trump's claim that he had asked Epstein to resign from Mar-a-Lago. Epstein wrote, "Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever." Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. The White House has maintained that Trump barred Epstein for being a creep. Trump himself has said Epstein stole young women who worked at his Florida resort. Maxwell, meanwhile, denied recruiting anyone from Mar-a-Lago. While Trump has long denied any wrongdoing, he did file a libel lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal over a report suggesting that a letter bearing his name was among gifts sent to Epstein for his 50th birthday back in 2003. A third email, dated December 15, 2015, shows Wolf warning Epstein that CNN planned to ask Trump about their relationship during a Republican primary debate that night. Epstein replied, "If we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be?" Wolf wrote back, "I think you should let him hang himself. If he denies knowing you, that gives you leverage. Or, if he defends you, you can use it later." Wolf has acknowledged interviewing Epstein, and the Daily Beast has reported that it obtained recordings of those conversations, in which Epstein allegedly described Trump as a close friend. Trump's team has called those accounts false smears. With Congress pressing for more disclosures and the Oversight Committee's investigation deepening, these new emails have reopened one of the most controversial chapters in recent U.S. political history, one that continues to blur the line between private correspondence and public accountability. For the latest updates on this developing story and more international coverage, stay tuned and subscribe to the Indian Express on YouTube.